Hey, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here for another 8-4 Return to Ravnica draft. I've been doing a lot of live streaming on Twitch TV, and I think it's really cool how many of you guys from YouTube have stopped out and said hey, so I appreciate that. I'm going to make as much content as I can. So thanks again for stopping out and for all the positive feedback. I really appreciate it. We open Rakdos Return. That feels like a pretty solid first pick to me. Probably worth a couple tickets anyway, and it's a pretty strong card. You have Butcher's Hands. What else is good in here? We've got an Axebane, a Dreg Mangler, Goblin Rally, Slum Reaper's okay, Eyes in the Skies. That's about it. But yeah, Rakdos' Return is a cool card. Goody Doshgarn strong. Alright, so we've got Annihilating Fire, Launch Party, Centaur's Herald, Selesnya Keyrune, Knightly Valor. I'm cool with Annihilating Fire here. I like it more than Launch Party. Launch Parties tend to go later than Fires anyway. Not a ton else in this pack beyond that, so let's just pick it up. Alright, third pick. It doesn't look like any good black or red, so let's see what the best pick in this pack is. It's a pretty weak pack, to be honest, overall. Looks like Cellar is probably the best card in the pack. Unfortunately, it doesn't go with either black or red. So I guess the next best pick is probably Drudge Beetle. I'm not concerned about getting a Bellows Lizard. I could pick up a Judge's Familiar. If I was going to go Azorius, or not Azorius, is it Rakdos? Or Azorius, is it Splash Rakdos Return? I think I'm going to pick up the Judge's Familiar here. Could still end up with a Civic Saber or something. And I might go more into blue territory, more is it territory. Teleportal is quite good. Dead Reveler's good. I'm not sure if I'm blue yet. I think we just pick up another Annihilating Fire. Just kind of keep on this red path for now until we see a direction that's going to work for us. Well, Vassal Soul, Roustabout, Decoy, Giant Growth, those are all fine. I'm not opposed to Roustabout here, it's just not my favorite direction. There's also Promenade. I guess we take a Roustabout just in the off chance. I mean, Decoy's clearly a better card, but I don't know if I'm ready to commit to Jund yet. Let's just take a Roustabout. It's not the greatest, but if Rakdos is actually open, it could be really good. So Swindler's a bear. There's also Launch Party, Removal, Keyrune, Spawn. All of those are fine. Spawn's a pretty decent card. Usually it's harder to pick up bears. Swindler's not the best. Launch Party is okay, but I guess Spawn, there's enough upside to Spawn where I want to take it here. It's a pretty strong Rakdos card. Really? None? No more Rakdos. Interesting. Just Golgarian green. Well, I guess green was more open than I was giving it credit for, so I guess I take a Krasna Monitor here. Could also take the Sluiceway Scorpion. Maybe that, since this is so green heavy, I'd prefer to just do the Scorpion. So I guess I'll do that. Okay, Chainwalker, Shambler, Instinct. I guess we just take the Chainwalker. We're definitely red, and Chainwalker's pretty awesome creature. Alright, we'll take could take the Guildgate. I like Imp, though, in case we end up with any Pursuit of Flights or Deviant Glees. This card can do a lot of work. Guildgate's going to help with my mana, though. I'd rather have the Imp, I think. I'd rather get another 2-drop creature. It's got some good upsides to it. So I guess we're Rakdos. We'll take Grizzly Savage here. I guess we could easily be Jund. I'm not opposed to Jund. I'm just, it's not like a archetype that I particularly like that much. I'll take a Mind Rot here. And table the Deviant Glee, that's pretty awesome. Certainly taking that. Tabling Spawn is pretty nice too, but Deviant Glee is just awesome for Rakdos. I mean, if I could just be straight Rakdos, I would much, much prefer that, but I'm just not sure how much we're going to be getting cut in the next couple packs here yet, so until then, I just better be safe and... Alright, getting that Tavern Swindler I'm actually kind of happy about. Rakdos needs as many bears as it can get. Rakdos never works unless it's really like playing a 2-drop, creature consistently. It needs to have a 2-drop creature, which is the unfortunate bane of Rakdos. Alright, clearly picking the Mortars here, but unfortunately we're passing a bunch of good Rakdos stuff that I don't think is going to table. This tabled last time, so we could get the Glee back, but Augur Spree is definitely getting picked. But we're going to pick Mortars. Happy about that. That's a pretty bomby card. Wow. Alright, well, easy pack rat pick here. Awesome card. Passing a Splatter Thug, I don't think we're going to table that. Possibly Wheel the Dino Charge. I'd probably play that. Very happy to get a pack rat. Very surprised someone wouldn't have picked that. That actually doesn't make sense. I think regardless of what color you're in, you probably just pick up pack rat and splash for it. Because even late game, it's gonna eventually take the game over. When you play pack rat, it's kind of an investment, but you take the game over. And obviously turn 2 pack rat is just like game over. They need to answer him right then and there, or else it's just like they better have a Supreme Verdict or a Detention Sphere or something. So otherwise, pack rat is indeed going to take the entire game over. Alright, sweet. We're getting a really nice little Rakdos signal here. We're going to take the Bloodfray Giant. Be really happy with that. So that actually makes me really happy. That's going to make this come much more together. Alright, let's start hiding Golgari for now. I just want to take a look at straight Rakdos, what we've got. See how many playables we got. Easily taking Chainwalker here. Frostburn Weird is also in the pack, and I would not be opposed to it, but Chainwalker's going to be better, I'm thinking. I'll take Chainwalkers for days. I'll take it over the Pursuit, too. Chainwalker is like what makes this deck. Oh my god, another one. So awesome. Taking it over the Pursuit again. Just like, get as many Chainwalkers as you can, is really what it boils down to. So we're already close to a deck, which is excellent news. Let's hide the Mind Rot. I mean, I could play it, but if I don't have to, I'd prefer not to. And just look at what we've got. This looks really good already. This is coming together really nicely. So some Traitorous Instincts would be very good for this deck. It's going to make those Chainwalkers just like super lethal. We've got some excellent cards in here. Mizium Mortars, Pack Rat, Rakdos Return. We're just loaded with Chainwalkers now. Just 3 consecutive Chainwalkers is awesome. Got the Giant, the Spawn. Yeah, this deck looks pretty powerhouse. Alright, like clockwork, we get the Traitorous Instinct, so I'm going to take it over the Spawn. It's a pretty easy key rune here. It's going to fuel our return. It's a good beater. Gets us to 5 quicker. It's also Launch Party and Slum Reaper, both of which I'm not opposed to in this deck, actually. I think they're pretty good, but I'd rather have the key rune. It's actually like another creature. It's a ramp spell. It's probably the best key rune. Alright, easily taking another Deviant Glee here. I mean, Deviant Glee and Chainwalker is just sick. Deviant Glee in any creature, really, but when you're this aggressive, this hyper-aggressive, just getting another Deviant Glee is excellent. So I'm glad that Rakdos panned out. The bane of Rakdos is building a mediocre one, because mediocre Rakdos deck is clearly, in my opinion, clearly the worst archetype you can have. Seriously, mediocre is it is pretty bad, but it's not as bad as mediocre Rakdos. Mediocre Selesnya and mediocre Azorius are like good. They're just better than Rakdos in general. So that's always been my argument about why I don't like to play Rakdos anymore. Because if you're getting cut, then you're just in trouble. But when you're not getting cut like this, yeah, it's way good. We may actually play this Drainpipe Vermin, maybe not. But when you have Pack Rat, I've heard that Drainpipe Vermin is a little more acceptable, just because you have a couple fewer outs to it, like Electrickery or whatever. Sideboard, I guess. Alright, so right now we're at 20 playables, possibly 19 if I want to cut the Vermin, but that tells me that we're most likely going to be able to build a nice deck here. We only need like 3 more actual playable cards. And Bellows Lizard's actually playable, so we need more creatures, so I'm going to start valuing creatures a little bit higher. Yeah. So as of now, I'm tempted to play the Drainpipe Vermin and the Bellows Lizard, especially with the double Deviant Glee. Kind of sucks we missed out on a couple Pursuit of Flights, but getting the Chainwalkers over them I still think is better, especially since we would have just been too low on creatures otherwise. Wow, just last pick a spawn of Rick's Mana. It doesn't even make sense, but I like it. I'm very happy about that. This card's actually like just good, and just period good creature. Oh my God, Collective Blessing. It's trouble. I mean, we're not picking it. We're picking the Annihilating Fire, but Collective Blessing is a pretty bomby card. Not thrilled about passing Collective Blessing, but happy to get Annihilating Fire. Alright, our deck is like right here, just good. So now we can just start replacing spells as we get new ones. I would play Tavern Swindler over both Lizard and Drainpipe Vermin in this deck. So I think these are the first to get the Axe. I do feel like we were getting cut on Rakdos Pack 1, so could be, I mean, it also could have been just not a ton of Rakdos was opened in those packs, but I kind of feel like this direction Rakdos was not coming as steadily as it was in Pack 2. Wow, Necropolis Regent, just get another bomb. I mean, I'm cool with that. He's a good finisher. Otherwise, I'm taking a Lobber Crew, which is also fine for this deck, but I mean, let's grab the Mythic. Why the hell not? You get to 6 mana and you have your 3 black or whatever. If you have enough board presence, I mean, that's just ridiculous. So, Regent's awesome. I'm really liking the way this deck looks. Easy Splatter Thug here over the Rogue's Passage and the Shred Freak. Just get another Bomby 3-drop, another creature. So, for now, let's maybe cut the Drainpipe Vermin and the Bellows Lizard? Possibly. Could take a Perilous Shadow. It's a mana sink. It's another creature. I think we take the Deviant Glee. The quad Chainwalker, I think you have to. So, going too heavy on enchantments pretty much only makes you weak against bounce spells. So, Azorius is going to be kind of a weakness that we'll have, but other than that, I think this looks pretty Doshgarn strong. Ooh, get a good pick here. Impact versus Snipe. Snipe, we have Dynacharge Mortars, Fires, Instinct, Return. That's pretty good. Impact is pretty bomby as well, though. It's actually removal, finishes games. We're short on creatures, though. I'm going to take the Snipe, I think. It's worth it. Pretty easy pursuit here. Yeah. I'll play. I mean, I'm at this point, I can cut Dynacharge. I'd rather play the auras, to be honest. Maybe I cut one spawn. I'd rather have just focus on my bears and my enchantments at this point. So I might cut one spawn. Trying to think if I can get away with 16 lands in this deck. Like, I don't want to get too greedy, but I do kind of feel like this could... Jeez. Taking another Snipe, yep. Sick. I guess at this point I maybe cut the Swindler. I don't even know. I'm going to have to make some strange cuts here. Maybe the Imp, but I do like that it's evasive. But it might just be the weakest card now, just because we've got so many good spells. I'd probably prefer the Imp over the Roustabout, to be honest. Roustabout's pretty good with this stuff, though, because it regens. Maybe I have to cut the Swindler and the Roustabout, but then I'm kind of cutting my early game. This is actually going to be difficult. I don't know what I'm cutting. Maybe I just cut Spawn altogether. Go more 16 land route. Yeah. Just focus on my bears and my enchantments. That might be my best move. Easy Dead Reveler here over the Reaper. I've got so many playables. It's awesome. Let's hide Spawn. So if I hide that, I just need to cut one more card. Now, this deck could easily be 16 lands. Very, very easily. Here I'm tempted to take the Launch Party over the Swindler. I don't think we need the Swindler anymore. And Launch Party, I might actually play the Launch Party. Dramatic Rescue is going to be awesome against us, so I'm going to take it over the Cobble Brute. Dramatic Rescue wrecks our day. I don't think I'm playing the Shred Freak. We've got enough. We've got enough without it. Don't even think it's necessary, but I guess I don't care about anything else, so I'll just take it anyway. But I don't think that I'm going to need it. Centaur's Herald that late is really surprising. Would I even play a Perilous Shadow? I really don't think that I would. I think I've got this deck made already, so I'm just going to hate the Centaur's Herald. Skullrun for sideboard. I don't think I'm playing Racketeer, so I guess I'll take that. Take that. And take this. Okay. So we got to build a sweet deck. Shouldn't be too hard with all these awesome playables. Alright. Let's make an awesome deck. I'm going to skip the Swindler for now, because I am not convinced it's going to be necessary. Alright, so this is 24. That's pretty good. 13 creatures, though, a little bit low. Sadly, a little bit low. I mean, I could make space for more creatures, but let me take a look at what we've... Let's take a look at our removal or whatever. Or just non-creature spells, so I can get a better look at what our deck's looking like. So these are all our creatures. We have 7 2-drops, 4 3-drops, 4-drop, okay. So like 11 creatures. So a fourth of our deck, a little more than a fourth of our deck is 3-drop or less creatures. That's not bad. I mean, the thing to keep in mind is we are going to be pretty much riding like one creature to victory a lot of the time. So we are kind of putting our eggs in one basket with all these auras, but I don't think that's a problem. I mean, I could cut one Deviant Glee for like a Shred Freak, just get one more bear, but I'm not, or the Swindler. No, I'd rather play the Shred Freak. The haste in this case is better than the extra toughness, just because we really want to just dish out that damage. But I think I'm going to actually keep the Deviant Glees, and I am going to keep the Imp too. The evasion with the lifelink, a lot of times with this many auras, that can be brutal. So how much interaction we got for snipes? We got the mortars, triple annihilating fires. That's 4, 5, only 6 spells. I guess that's not a ton, but it's certainly enough to make Gutter Snipe a brutal dude. I think I am going to run it like this. We're a little bit short on creatures in this list. Maybe I want to cut one Deviant Glee for Shred Freak. Is that appropriate? Just get a couple more creatures in here. I guess Key Rune is kind of a creature. Our curve is so low. That's like what's so excellent about this deck. I'm going to run it like this. I really like the idea of 3 Deviant Glees in a pursuit with the bears that we have. I think they're all just sick. And Pack Rat on its own just takes games over. Roustabout with Auras is so insane. Chainwalkers just wield them so well. Thug and stuff too. I guess Gutter Snipe not so much, but still it turns him into a little brutal beating as well. I mean, maybe I shouldn't be playing the Regent, but I mean, if you get it online, it takes the game over on its own, you know? You just play it and attack, and then whatever gets in just gets huge. Maybe it's a wee bit greedy, but I don't really think so. I think it's good enough. This deck's crazy. Let's look at our colors. So we're way more red than black, which doesn't bode too well for Regent, but I think it's still fine. Then we want to do 10-6. I think I'd rather do 9-7, just because I'm not super red intensive unless I open a hand with 2 or 3 Annihilating Fires and I'm short on mountains. Then I guess I would regret it. But I think I'd rather do 9-7. Yeah, this deck looks good. This deck looks way good. Alright, so we're going to run it like this. Wish me luck.